I want you guys to remember this switch up that we're seeing in real time because we're going to be seeing a lot of this over the next 4 years. Even Trump's biggest supporters would agree that he campaigned on lowering prices, on making sure your grocery bill, your eggs, your milk, everything that you're buying on a weekly or bi-monthly basis would cost less. He relentlessly blamed President Biden, claiming he intentionally raised prices across the country. He hates the country. But fast forward to now, and even Trump is admitting that he's not sure if he can bring grocery prices down. He's even admitting that he can't even promise prices won't further increase due to his tariff policies. And listen, this is simple economics. Deflation is not something that America wants. Of course, everybody instinctually wants prices to go down, but if prices actually did drop on a year-over-year basis, that would mean deflation is occurring, which is unhealthy for the economy. Inflation isn't inherently a bad thing. In fact, the US Federal Reserve targets about 2% inflation per year. That's the baseline healthy amount for a growing economy, and when prices start to deflate, that's a bad economic indicator. We said this throughout the entire campaign. When Trump is promising to lower prices across the board, not only is that just not really possible, but it's antithetical to his tariff policy. It's the exact opposite. So deflation can actually signal a weakening economy or lower wages or even a spiral where businesses stop investing in themselves. And Trump told Time this morning he's not sure he can get the price of groceries down. He said, quote, "It's hard to bring things down once they're up. You know, it's very hard." I want to show you a clip of Trump saying the exact opposite thing just a month or two back. Make sure you drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the Mockler channel. And just look at this response. This Trump supporter says, "That's 100% correct. Deflationary pressures are not desirable. Proper policy should target income growth in excess of cost growth." This is 101 stuff, Sam. Keep up. The absolute condescension from this Trump supporter who 2 months ago would have said deflation is good. We want prices to go down is now saying this is economics 101. And the frustrating thing is, he's right here. What he's saying is correct, but Trump supporters are willfully ignorant. They know nothing about anything when it suits them, but all of a sudden when they want to delve into one specific conspiracy, they can say, oh, in 1986, the mRNA vaccine by Dr. Robert A. They know all of the little facts they need when it's convenient for their narrative. Let me play you this clip of Trump in October, just 2 months back, saying, "Our policies will rapidly drive prices down." Take a listen.
It'll all happen very quickly. This will rapidly drive prices down, lower interest rates, and put more money into the pockets of American consumers. It'll also bring your grocery bill way down. I have more complaints on grocery. The word grocery, it's sort of simple word, but it sort of means like everything you eat. The stomach is speaking. It always does.
This dude campaigned on a few things. Lowering grocery prices, he's not going to do that. In fact, his tariff policy, again, is antithetical to that goal. Draining the swamp, in fact, he became the swamp. All of the people he appointed around him have a minimum net worth of $500 million. Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, and Vivek Ramaswamy is worth over $1 billion. Everybody that he appointed around him has every incentive to just enrich themselves. He promised that he would work for the average American, people like you and I, when he's obviously doing the opposite. He's even asked right here if he can promise that the prices won't raise after he enacts tariffs. He says he can't promise anything, which is really funny because that means that Trump's egotistical venture to enact tariffs on other countries because he thinks it will make him look strong supersedes Americans actually having low grocery prices. Take a listen.
I want to delve into one of your signature promises on the campaign trail, which was to end inflation, to lower prices. You are now proposing tariffs against the United States' 3 biggest trading partners. Economists of all stripes say that ultimately consumers pay the price of tariffs.
I don't believe
Can
it.
you guarantee American families won't pay more?
I can't guarantee anything. I can't guarantee tomorrow. But I can say that if you look at just pre-COVID, we had the greatest economy in the history of our country.
Off of the back of Obama's economy.
Our country. And I had a lot of tariffs on a lot of different countries.
You started a trade war with China, And it got so bad that all of the money you took from American consumers and corporations, you had to give back to farmers. If you want a really easy talking point against Donald Trump's tariffs, just look up this article. 92% of Trump's China tariff proceeds has gone to bail out angry farmers, which means that Donald Trump enacted tariffs. He started a nasty trade war that cost American consumers, even if it's just a little bit, it cost them billions of dollars, and then 92% of that didn't get to go into anything like reinvesting into the country. It went straight to bail out angry farmers. It's like the worst possible policy you can think of. Now, I'm going to get into Trump's election fraud lie in just 1 second, but first, for a quick palate cleanser, watch this video of Gen Z Representative Maxwell Frost.
Take this show on the road and show the American people what's going on. You have a president who lied to people and said he was going to fight for working class families, but yet he's amassed the richest cabinet in the history of our country. So you expect him to believe that someone like Elon Musk, who's worth over $340 billion, is going to be in charge of helping to decide what my mom's Social Security check is going to be? And so I think we really need to take this on the road to show people, and it's going to help us, of course, take the House back.
Do you have?
That's the same talking point I was using. Good stuff from Maxwell Frost. Now, Donald Trump repeatedly said the 2020 election was stolen, but after he won 2024, even all of the MAGA figures like Joe Rogan were saying, hey, I guess voting works.
So, turns out, voting works.
Yeah.
It's real. As much as we fucking thought they had it rigged, as much as we thought there was shenanigans and bullshit, and it's just a puppet show, and there's no way anybody could buck the system, turns out voting is still real.
At least partially.
At least if it's too big to rig.
Yes.
And clearly, he was too big to rig.
Yeah. Wasn't it?
Okay, so instead of holding Trump accountable for his contradictions after Joe Rogan was lied to his face by Donald Trump, he's like, oh, I guess voting does work. And now look at what Trump's saying to Kristen Walker.
If I won that election, which you know how I feel about it, I won't get into it because we don't need to start that argument. I think it's an easy argument. It was really proven even more conclusively by the win that I had on this one.
But you did get
had
a point,
I,
sir.
well, that's your opinion, but I disagree with it.
It's her opinion.
Democrats have control of the White House now. They didn't in 2020. If they are going around stealing elections, why
when you
didn't
say
they do it
Democrats
this
have
time?
control now?
Of the White House.
Yeah.
So why didn't they steal this election? Since they have more power now.
Because I think it was too big to rig.
These people are so gullible. It was too big to rig when Biden was in the White House. And I mean, if voter fraud was real, hypothetically, wouldn't the party in power have an easier time doing it than the out party at that moment? Just to loop it all the way back, Trump's lies aren't even coherent and MAGA will still rush to his defense. This Christopher dude who's clearly defending Trump on Twitter here says, that's 100% correct. Deflationary pressures are not desirable. All of a sudden he turns into ChatGPT and knows everything about economics, but when Trump was lying through his teeth about tariffs and who pays tariffs, this dude was nowhere to be seen. And of course, just to take a step back, the inflation people are experiencing is real. It's painful. I don't like rising prices. I know people in my audience suffer from rising prices. None of this is meant to undermine the inflation that people feel. I mean, we all want prices to go down, but we can't allow Donald Trump to trick Americans en masse. That is something we can't do. So we're here to hold him accountable. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.